Hi everyone. Today we're going to be discussing another rum from the past, but that's still selling on the shelves quite briskly. And that's the Rum Millonario Solera 15. Um, there are other members of the Rum Millonario family. The XO is always considered a piece of poison for people who don't like added sugar. I think there's a 50, which is pretty much along the same lines. Rum Nation was the one who put this out the door somewhere around 2011, 2012. And it's kind of a polarizing rum. It's for several reasons. For one thing, it is a Solera rum, which often has a bad name. Now, the Solera system is comes from the sherry world, where they have one row of barrels that, let's say you fill the barrels up to the top year one, then in year two, for the sake of argument, you take out 50% and put them into another set of barrels in row two, and then fill the first barrels up again, and then row 3 and row 4 and row 5, depending on how many barrels you have in that criada, as they're called. If I recall correctly, the Santa Teresa Bicentenario, which was, I think it was like $100 rum many years ago, they claimed that thing had rums up to 80 years old in it. The problem with it, of course, is that you can't really tell what the true age is, nor can you tell what proportion of what age is in there. Now, there are actually spreadsheets that can tell you that literally do calculate everything for you if you just put the percentages in. And I'm sure that every single maker worth his salt who does this kind of process, which is very much in the Spanish style, is going to do that. But we poor saps who don't get that kind of information don't usually have that. And there are several people who have gone on record many times in the past who have said in no uncertain terms that there are very few true Solera systems out there in the open, even by major houses. Most of the times what you're getting is actually a very complex blend. I make no judgments on that because I don't work for these companies and I don't know what it is that they actually do. We have to go at some point to just kind of figure out, okay, does it taste nice or not? Now, Rum Nation is an independent bottler out of northern Italy, run by a guy called Fabio Rossi. He has sold his company several years ago to a Danish outfit, but interestingly enough, he maintained this one. The Millonario brand remains with him. It isn't part of the Rum Nation brand any longer. And he keeps track of that because it's a Peruvian rum that he really genuinely liked. And he thought it was almost like a Zacapa killer because it had that same light notes to it that he enjoyed so much. There's no coincidence that there's this straw wrapping that the Zacapa once used to have, that it had that light, really interesting, delicate note to it that he was specifically searching for. Both the 50 and the XO are a bit heavier than this one, but this one, for my mind, even though at the time I knew less about sugar than I do now, I still like this one a lot. I mean, it's just such a sweet little thing. It's just really nice. It's absolutely made for hot weather sipping. So, smelling it, it is a 40% rum, by the way. Okay, what you're getting is very traditional rum notes. It's a bit on the sweet side, even on the nose. So you're getting caramel, toffee, some flowers. You're getting nougat, nuts, white chocolate, that kind of thing. Cookies, hot pastries, fresh from the oven with a little bit of butter on it. It's that kind of thing. It is completely unaggressive, right? It will not hurt you. It's gentle as all fuck. And the truth of the matter is, it's just a gentle little rum that I enjoy a lot. I actually don't know how much it costs anymore. I haven't looked for it, but I did see it the other day in one of the shops that I frequent, so I know it's still around there and it's still being sold, at least in Canada. You may or may not find it elsewhere, but I still think it's a good buy if your tastes bend that way. This is very important. Now, to taste it, yeah, you're getting very much the same thing that the nose promised. You're getting a little bit of pralines, you're getting some nougat, nuts, white chocolate, a little bit of coffee grounds. Here's the thing, Fabio and I have talked about this quite a lot, and I gave him 10 different kinds of shit at some rum festival or the other about this whole business of sugar addition, and he didn't try to defend himself. He simply said that for his money, the little bit of sugar that there was inside, and he called it caramel because it was basically liquid caramel that they poured into the barrel, made it better. It made it more, it just gave it more character somehow, and he defended that. And remember, he comes from a wine background, not from a whiskey background, which to some extent is not excusing anything, but it does kind of explain his point of view and why he thinks the way he does. For my money, I think it really is an interesting entry-level kind of rum. I've given it as prizes in one or two competitions for completely obscure purposes having nothing to do with rum for people to enjoy. It's a great entry-level Yeah, I got to use the word sipper, largely because it is sweet enough to appeal to people while still having more character than most give it credit for. Now, I'm probably going to get 10 different kinds of shit from other people for making that statement, but the truth of the matter is, I really do think that it has a little bit more character than is generally acknowledged, and for that reason, I do recommend it. Now, I can't remember how much I scored this thing. It's been a while since I looked at it. But if I recall correctly, my initial score back in the day was 86 points. And I know that that's actually excessive. It shouldn't be that high anymore. It should be less. I would probably go around 82, 83 just about now. But be that as it may, it's important that you kind of look at it with a fresh eyes and just take it for what it is. Um, I understand that there are very heavy passions involved in the whole sugar expression debate, and people are right to say that, especially where disclosure is so lacking in so many ways. But speaking for the rum in and of itself, I think it's worth taking a look at. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. That's fine. But at least here's the important thing. You know what it is you're drinking, and that's really quite important. So on that basis, I do hope you enjoy it if you ever do find a chance to get it. If not, try mine, and then it's for free, right? And we'll see you next time, and I hope you have a good evening. Take care. Bye-bye.